The topic I am addressing today is in accordance with UN SDG Goal 17, providing adequate financial resources to developing countries dealing with international debt. Based on the data from the data world, the average of external public debt as a share of GDP of developing countries was 26.16%. Until 2021, the ratio has raised to 32.02%, an approximate of 38.22% increase. As the key stakeholders in the global economy, we need to ask ourselves a question. How has it become a rising crisis for developing countries in dealing with their debt problems? According to the American famous writer, socialist, and philosopher Henry Wheeler Shaw, it is easy to get into debt, but hard to get out. This applies well for most of the developing nations that are struggling with their debt problems today. In recent decades, rising foreign debt has become a significant burden for some developing countries. So far, there are more than 108 developing economies facing new economic shocks brought by a higher debt level. Until 2021, the proportion of government debt to GDP for developing countries rose by approximately 12%. Since a notable proportion of revenue is distributed to debt repayment, there is limited funding for development, together with the higher domestic inflation and currency instability, causing a negative feedback loop that incentivizes an even more intense debt borrowing behavior. As the key stakeholders in the global economy, international monetary organizations should act in accordance with the SDG Goal 17 by addressing the rising debt crisis by the end of 2030. I have broken down the specific actions that we can do in the following timely manner. Within the next 12 months, the organizations should immediately act on assessing the debt sustainability among developing countries under debt crisis to identify potential risks and vulnerabilities, also provide emergency financial assistance if needed. Within 2 years' time, from 2024 to 2026, the organizations should focus on debt restructuring in countries with unsustainable debt levels, as well as work on capacity building to enhance debt management capabilities. Within 3 years' time, from 2026 to 2029, global monetary organizations such as IMF and the World Bank, can collaborate with regional monetary organizations on offering a refined combination of conditional and unconditional loans to minimize the strains attached. With the implementations and collaborations in place, the debt crisis will be addressed in an effective manner. We must act to diminish the negative impact of rising debt crisis in developing countries. This is a significant step for implementing and revitalizing the Global Partnership for Global Sustainable Development. Although this is not easy to achieve, it highly correlates to us as the global citizens in the long-term future. Thank you for watching.